I'm at 10,000 feet in this magnificent aspen stand for action on the Trek Trials course. Now this is Denver South having a go here. They're in the top 3 overall and know that teamwork and a good time will keep them there. In these trials, everyone drives 1 lap. The final score is the combined time of all 3 drivers. It's a 10-second penalty for a touch, 20 for missing a gate.
What is important here are our techniques, our driving techniques, our hand placement, the gears that we choose, working that left foot on the brake.
Buckhead's now on course. Remember, they won the Land Rover cross. They're very confident. And those long hours of practice rounds back in Georgia didn't hurt either. You can just about get a breath of fresh air between the vehicles and those poles. Now it's Eden Prairie's turn. This isn't a fast course, but it takes experience to know how to place the front tires and sense what effect it'll have on the rear of the vehicle. Buckhead wins Trek Trials, their 2nd driving victory. Let's join them and Bill for orienteering.
We'll meet you at 13.
13.
Yeah. Remember when the road, the first right?
Guys, what's your strategy for this?
We're going to send one rider out on the bike to try to get as many close points as we can, and we're going to take the car and try to go up a little higher and get some of the higher points and work our way back and meet somewhere in the middle.
Go get them, guys. All right.
The clock has started for Buckhead. This event has a 90-minute time limit, and they've got to finish as a team or lose all their points.
The guys have to go out throughout the whole area and pick up orienteering points, and they're to find flags like this.
And Naperville's Peter Donnelly has done just that. And while his team came in first in the regionals, Peter knows that 4 others took first as well.
Pretty confident should be on that side, man.
A first in the finals will require quick thinking, perfect use of compass and GPS, and a set of good lungs.
Altitude plays a really important factor here. Those poor guys from sea level, they're going to be hurting. It's 9,150 feet at base camp. If you look at Mount Lindsay, that's well over 14,000 feet. The orienteering points are between here and there.
B-E-L-I-Z-E.
Well, I'm betting that nobody minds that the longer distances can be covered with a mountain bike and their discoveries. And guess what? Eden Prairie takes their 3rd first place of the day.
After 5 events and 6 hours of non-stop competition, Eden Prairie is in first place, closely followed by Buckhead and Denver South.
Well, if you're lucky enough to work for Land Rover, and you're even luckier to be selected for Trek, here's what you get. About 4 hours of sleep in a tent, an open-air shower, with hot water from a Land Rover, oxygen deprivation, and no cell service, no email, and no lattes.
Next event, the Solihull Cup Regatta.
Go!
In the first leg, the teams split up. One rides a bike, and the other 2 drive to the first exchange, picking up a kayak paddle and PFD along the way.
It's about a 2-mile ride. At the exchange point, these riders are waiting for their teammates before they can go on.
Denver South is first in and out. They have a huge lead, Bill.
And here's Naperville with Buckhead hot on their tail.
Don't let it pass us. Come on, guys, in the car.
In the second leg, a different team member bikes while the other 2 look for their kayak.
Denver South has found theirs, and Naperville... Uh-oh, Peter Donnelly rolls onto a cactus. I'll bet that hurt.
Pull him out.
Well, in the spirit of track, they keep going.
Denver South is still holding the lead. Richmond's biker makes checkpoint 2, but the rest of the team seems to be having trouble finding their kayak, Bill.
Well, how hard can it be to find a kayak in the desert?
Okay, well, we can walk around this.
Now it's the final leg. Everyone heads for the lake. One rides, another runs, and the 3rd drives ahead to kayak. They'll meet up on shore for a final task.
You'll see a number of marker buoys.
Our first person's in the water.
And Denver South's Dean Cruz is way out in front. He's already got his checkpoint tag.
Look, Buckhead and Naperville are just arriving.
Cruz has finished his paddle, and that's overall leader Eden Prairie showing up. They've fallen behind here. This is definitely not one of their strong events.
No, I'm a real bad kayaker.
Bill, I don't think they can make up enough time.
I think you're right, Sally, and here comes the first biker, and it's Dan Moore from Denver South. When their third team member arrives, they'll have to combine their checkpoint information and drive to the final GPS point on the beach.
And here he is, Bill. It looks like a madhouse with team members coming in from every direction.
And Peter Donnelly looks like a pincushion in pain with all those cactus needles. And to add insult to injury, Denver South has already taken first place.
Buckhead still has a chance to overtake Eden Prairie in the overall standings if they can pull off second place here in the regatta.
Where is the bearing telling us to go?
Bearing's 266.
Sally, look, Naperville is closing in.
Buckhead has found their mark, but is it soon enough?
I don't think so. It looks like Naperville has already landed. And Buckhead will have to settle for third, with Eden Prairie finishing fourth.
We'll see how the regatta results affect the overall standings when we come back and head into the final event.